Hello, Ram 55 here, and thanks for tuning in. We're back playing Trainz 2019 today, and we're watching operations on Jointed Rail's Tidewater Railroad. We have one more quick job to finish before we hit the road. In today's short video, we'll see how and why cars are placed in a certain order. So here's Donald leaving the engine facility on his way to switch the yards that Jane brought over a little while ago. Now, I'm sure most of you are aware of how car blocking works. There are several levels of blocking depending on where the train is being assembled. When the Norfolk Manifest train was put together at the Chicago Coal Hour Yard, the train was blocked by destination, so all the cars coming here to Tidewater were put together, but not in any particular order. Once that train arrived at the Tidewater South Yard, the cars destined to stay here in Tidewater were cut out, and we watched Jane sort these cars into 3 sections in an earlier video. Cars staying in the South Yard for delivery to the port were in the first block. Interchange cars destined for the Canadian National up to the north at River Point were in the second block. And the last cut of cars that will be delivered to the 4 industries between Tidewater and River Point are in the third block. But this last block of cars were still not in the proper order for delivery. Today we're going to watch Donald arrange these cars. Now, it's a rather simple task today, as there are only 11 cars going to 3 destinations. But again, they're not in the proper order for making the deliveries easy. There's 1 grain hopper going to the Monroe Agricultural and Energy Plant, and there's 4 tankers going to the Woodhaven Fuel Terminal, and 6 grain hoppers going to the Tidewater Mill. Now, Donald's job is to get all the tanker cars together and all the hoppers going to the Tidewater Mill together so that the local train has an easy task delivering them later this afternoon. Now, typically you want your first deliveries at the head end of the train or up close to the locomotive. That way you don't have to maneuver the entire long consist when you're making your setouts. But our local is only 11 cars long, so it's not a real concern today. Now, typically the yard crew will arrive for their duty in the morning and look over the switch list and plan how to make the switches in the fewest number of moves. They will look to see if there are any cars already in the right order so that they can be kept together, and this will reduce the time and moves needed to get the job done. But again, with only a short consist of 11 cars to switch, it's not really as important today. Now, we saw that first hopper. That's the one that's going to the one industry that is at the Monroe Agricultural and Energy. So that can be really put anywhere. It's not going to be a big deal. But the first tanker was left attached to that because we can put all the hoppers on another track, and as the cars get sorted, put all the tankers together that will be next in the cut. So Donald's backing these cut of cars out. He'll drop that first covered hopper onto another track, and then one by one attach the other tankers to the train in the proper order. If I could, I would put that one hopper that was going to the Monroe Agricultural and Energy Plant behind the locomotive, because that's going to be the last delivery. As it is, that will have to be left out while the cars are cut and delivered at the other industries, but it's not a big deal. The local train, when it's out doing the deliveries, will be the only train on the tracks. So if we leave the cars on the main line for a little while, it's not a big deal. So you can see the last two cars that are pulling away there are tanker cars. They're going to be added to the track that they first came on. And we'll start putting all the tanker cars together. Now all these cars arrived on one train. It came on the Norfolk Southern Manifest train from Chicago. In future videos, I'm not sure how this will work, but there will be another train arriving from Chicago, and perhaps we can just do all the switching of those two trains together. But for right now, we're just going to do the Norfolk Southern train, break that down, make the deliveries, and we'll deal with the CSX train later. Now again, I kicked these cars back, and they didn't go anywhere near as far as I had hoped. I wanted them to go all the way back to the two cars we already left on that track. But you can see they're already slowing down, and they're going to stop way before they get there. I think I'm going to have to start doing 10 to 15 miles an hour when I kick these cars back. By kicking the cars, you don't have to travel as much distance with the engine. So again, it speeds up the sorting process. Now the next two cars in line here are hoppers, so they're going to be put together with the one hopper that's already on that track. You can see there's one more tanker in line there that will be put on the track to the left of where these cars are being dropped off, and that'll be pretty much be it. All the tankers will be together, and then once those first three hoppers up near the locomotive are reconnected with the hoppers that are just being dropped off, these switching duties will be done. So again, real simple day for Donald so far. Now I've already made some major modifications to my Tidewater Railroad that I'm looking forward to showing you guys in future videos. But in the back of my mind, I'm already planning some more major surgery in the days ahead. If that surgery is successful, I'm looking forward to showing you guys the results. Again, the Tidewater Railroad by Jointed Rail was a great starting point, but the way I'm operating it, you know, there's some shortcomings on how the track is laid out that I'd like to change. So this car's being kicked as well, and you'll hear it actually make connection with the other two tankers that were kicked the last move. And you'll see they didn't go very far at all. And I'm not sure why they're not going further, but anyways, that's something I'll have to work out as I get more experience on Trainz 2019. So now these last three hoppers will be connected with the hoppers that were already cut out. So all the hoppers will be together, all the tanks will be together, and that one lonely tank, or the one lonely hopper going to Monroe, will be all by its lonesome. And that will be the consist ready for the local to be delivered this afternoon. Now the other cars in this yard right now are the interchange cars going up to the Canadian National. And again, they're blocked already. They're together. And we don't really care whether they're going east or west once they get up there. That'll be up to the local switcher at River Point to sort those into cars going east and west. So the local switchers will only take care of the cars that need to be put in the proper order when they leave this yard. That string of intermodal cars are already put together, so they will be delivered up to River Point. And the cars behind them are destined for the industries up at River Point, so they'll be delivered once they get there. But again, the local switcher up at River Point will make sure that they're put in the same proper order, the same way Donald is doing right now. So what you're seeing is two different trains being assembled. We're sorting the local train that will make the deliveries, and the track to the right will be the I don't know if you'd call it a manifest train. I really don't know. If you guys know what that would be called, let me know. But that will be a train that will go straight through to River Point and just drop those cars off. So that's it. In no time at all, Donald has all the tank cars together, all the hoppers going to the Tidewater mills together, and they're ready for the Tidewater local to make the deliveries later this afternoon. So thanks for tuning in. Leave a like and subscribe. Continue to leave messages. I've had some good exchanges with some of the viewers lately, and I'm looking forward to more conversations with everybody later. So thanks for tuning in. This is Ram 55 out, and have a good day.